Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Why we prepare. Active shooter. Wow, it's just horrible what happened there in Vegas. It's just horrible. But what's even more horrible are the stories and the spin coming out of that. You really don't know who to believe, what to believe. You just can't trust anybody anymore. Just a horrible incident, but the thing is, I saw some footage that showed a possible second shooter. It was like on a cell phone camera. You see this guy get up and start shooting in the crowd. Was that a true video? Is that being suppressed? Because now we've got the gun grabbers in full tilt. The country's divided once again. These people plugged into the matrix. Oh, guns are horrible. We shouldn't have guns. And let's eliminate bump stocks and all this and all that. It's just so ridiculous. Just utterly ridiculous. Because it'd be hard for me to believe that if there were M16s back in 1776, that those forefathers would write a constitution and declaration of independence where the government got to own automatic weapons, but the people couldn't. I just don't think that they would do that. Not after the tyranny they experienced. And you see, that's the tyranny we experience right now. We let it happen. I mean, people then argue, well, what? Everybody should own a nuclear device? But you see, that's changing the argument. But, if you want to go down that road, I mean, you think about it. If everybody owned a nuclear device, I think people would be a lot nicer, more polite to each other, just like if everybody carried a gun. It's kind of hard to disrespect somebody if they're packing. It's just that simple. But the point is that from a prepper standpoint, it's like, what can you do? You have to have a heightened situational awareness. I mean, the other day, I went to Taco Bell. No, not El Taco, Taco Bell. And I'm standing in line ordering my taco, and then I'm looking around the room, scanning it, seeing if anybody looks like a potential threat. I'm looking at these windows thinking, hey, somebody could drive by and, spray this place with machine gun fire or something. So it's like, where should I sit? Sit someplace that's not in the line of the window. Maybe in a corner, so nobody can sneak up behind me. Just little things like that. It's something I remember reading or being read to back in about 5th or 6th grade. I think it was at Shane or something. We talked about the cowboy. And the cowboy always sat, so he could see somebody coming in through the front door, and his back was always to a wall. Situational awareness. Knowing your escape route. Knowing your backup escape route. You go to these big concerts, like they said, everybody had to funnel in. Well, of course everybody wants to be up front. Or most people would like to be up front. Some people go, no, it's too much pushing and shoving, so they kind of go off. But, it might be wise or prudent to be right near that exit. So if something happens, boom, you're one of the first people out that door or out that passageway. Just little things like that. Or when you go into a store, know the main exit and entrance, because if something happens, everybody's going that way. You need to know, how do I get out through the back or through the side? Because not many people are going to be there, so you'll be able to escape. If the building's on fire, or if something explodes, you want to be able to get out of that building. It's just like driving down the highway. You always need an escape route. Don't let anybody pull up beside you and pin you in. You might need to switch lanes real quickly. If they pin you in on this side and then somebody else pins you in on the other side, you're pinned. You got nowhere to go. You can't maneuver. So if you see somebody barreling down your back, you can't move out. He smashes into you, but if you move out the way, then, you know, maybe he doesn't smash into anybody. But the point is, he doesn't smash into you. So that's all part of situational awareness. Knowing your surroundings. Be observant. Keep your head on swivel. You know, it's just that simple. Most people don't do that. Do you? Maybe you will now, because it's just really important. You know, but that active shooter thing should just really let you know when you go out in public, you're basically a target, a potential target. So you want to minimize the downside. You want to maximize, you know, your abilities to survive. You know, avoid, evade, escape any of those confrontations or situations that may arise that could put your life and the life of your loved ones in jeopardy. You know, it's just a little thinking. It's not much. So the next time you go into a fast food place or any public place, the library, city hall, just be aware of your surroundings. Know the exits. Because, as always, if you prepare, or rather if you fail to prepare, then you're preparing to fail.